Well, it is time to go get the Instamatic camera. You can see that we have gone completely out of the blue sky and sunshine that we had early this morning when we brought all that stuff out. Now it's overcast and misting rain. Welcome back to Arkansas Bigfoot, everybody. Well, it is time to go get the Instamatic camera. You can see that we have gone completely out of the blue sky and sunshine that we had early this morning when we brought all that stuff out. Now it's overcast and misting rain. And such is the case around here this time of year.
Yeah.
About 5 o'clock in the evening. We got maybe a half hour of light left, so need to get down here and get this collected up and see if it's even there or if anything's happened with it. And so
I hope it's there.
Anyway, come on, let's get with it. I'm gonna probably walk a little fast, but I don't know if you guys can see, there's places all over that have had foot tracks dragged through it, pathways and trails everywhere.
Go away, rain.
Started to just come out here and gather it up when I saw that the drizzle started, but I thought, no, I better get the camcorder just in case there is anything. So
I'm just hoping that the rain will hold off.
that's all tracked up. Now I can see all the way from back here that it looks like they've had a party with it. It's all down on the ground.
A Y and an X together.
Yeah.
I guess they liked it. Lord.
Well, that's a mess. Well, the camera's still there. It's laying on the ground. Can you see anything?
This is the bottom.
Well, pull it out of there.
No idea. So there's the limbs that are leaning.
Yeah.
There's the sandbox. I see a tiny bit of blue right here. So this is
That's kind of like this angle right here, I guess. We'll hold it over here so they can
there
see
you
it.
go.
I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure unless one was orbing.
In energetic form coming, but that, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Turn it upside down. Let's look at it. Well, your arm's right in the way. I can't tell what it is.
Huh.
I'll take some pictures of it laying down with the phone and enlarge them and put it up on the screen so everybody can take a look at it.
I'm gonna put it somewhere safe with this rain.
Yeah, it's drizzling now, but my God, what a mess. Alright, so, but wait a minute. Push that back out. Yeah, we talked earlier about how sometimes an energetic imprint will be left on film.
Yeah.
So now I'm curious, just point it at the tree or whatever and take one more picture and we'll let it develop while we're looking at the rest of this stuff. Well, I guarantee that's how the camera got down on the ground there. As soon as that flash went off, he dropped it.
Might have startled him a little. I'm gonna set this here then and try to keep the rain off of it.
That's fine. That's just split right open through the middle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that jar. The lid is back on it. It was completely full.
Molasses. Put the lid back on.
Chugged a big mouthful of it. And probably
sit the
lid on it, probably playing with the camera, and then got startled with the flash, I'm guessing. Because that's the first time a drop of molasses has ever been left.
I got a lid for a peanut butter jar.
Now, I saw it right there as we were walking up.
Okay.
It's completely wiped out.
I'll have to climb over there.
We'll collect all this stuff up in just a few minutes. I want to show it all first before we do that.
We got a little bit of sand out here.
Yeah.
But
the red thing, that little red ball is gone out of there.
But there's a marble in it.
Yeah, sure is. Marble sitting in the corner of the box. Those dried tangerines, I can see the bags ripped open. They're gone. And there's the sardine can and those little sausage bites.
They must be a lot more graceful than I am.
You know, got a lot longer arms to reach in there too.
Right? It's empty.
Just grabbed a corner and pulled it down.
Apples and peanut butter are gone, no surprise.
Alright, now here's the first time that I've seen this on anything that they've left out here, because they usually never leave anything out here. Look at that orange. That's a complete bite on it. Just like you've got it held there, like the lower jaw biting into it, had it halfway stuck in his mouth.
There's the other.
Maybe it was just a little too tart. I don't know.
Yeah. That's the first time I found that. This just has a hole ripped in it.
There's a couple more
Big hole.
bags laying up there.
Except he said no more oranges.
Whole bottom ripped out of that bag. Same way with that one. That's got to be what happened with that molasses. He's probably standing there chugging on it and set the lid on it and picked up the camera, toying with it, and popped that picture.
I'll leave it for him.
Go ahead
Or
and
whomever.
pull that photograph out of there. Let's look at it. It might or might not have anything on it. It was just a guess to see. But sometimes there'll be like energetic swirls or imprints. It looks like two eyeballs in a shadow form back behind that tree, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
We'll have to look at it a little harder. Look, this whole side. That looks like a whole shadow right here. There's nothing over here on this side. Look.
No,
That's
bright, wide open.
I mean, that's all leaves on the right side of the tree.
But what I'm saying,
And the left side, it's like two shadows.
Looks like eyeballs in a shadow form.
And on the right side too, a smaller one. I can see the whole head, shoulders.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. So we'll have to see if we can enlarge that.
These pictures, I'll take pictures of and put them on the screen. But the originals we're going to send to Marta because she's the one that provided the camera and the film for us to try this experiment with. So I think she deserves to have those.
This is absolutely awesome though. I mean, because this, let me step back out of the way, but all this is bright leaf.
Yeah.
On either side of the tree.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I don't know what this is. There's something here.
It will enlarge that. I'll take some photos on the phone with it and see what we can see.
Great idea, Marta. I'm going to throw the trash away. I'm going to leave the molasses for him.
Yeah, that's fine. Try to kind of hurry up with this. This will be a short video for this part of it because it's going to start raining pretty hard. It sounds like out there. I can hear something. Yeah, I can hear the rain starting to fall now. Alright guys, we're going to take this up to the house and take a better look at those pictures, and I'll add all that to the next part. Thanks. Alright, so we have brought these up to the house, and Rachel and I both looked at them with magnifying glass, taken the cell phone and took pictures of the pictures and played with the brightness and the contrast and tried to enlarge them, and really can't see any more detail than what the actual picture itself shows. Now this is the one that was in the camera when we found it, and that's the one that Rachel took after the fact of the tree to see if there would be any type of imprint or energetic signature, just anything on it. And best that I can tell looking at these, and sorry about the light glare on it, but we'll see if we can't pick them up here in a second and get a little closer look. But the best that I can tell for orientation is the camera had to have been angled like this. You can see the limbs that lean against the side of the gifting tree and the line of the blue sand in that wooden box. So trying to level that out. probably would have been just about that angle right there. All you can really see is just the white cloud shape. There's no lines or definition down here in this part of it that I can tell. And then a little bit of the sunlight coming through around the side of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So what it is, I can't tell you. I'm not going to go down the road of pareidolia and just assume whatever. I know that it is not a full-on face selfie of Junior with peanut butter drooling down his chin.
No.
But I do also know this. We didn't take this picture. And that means something that had hands and thumbs was able to pick the camera up and push the button and manipulate it in order for that picture to be taken.
Just not sure.
This other one, pick it up so we've not got the light glare on it. When we look at it, we can see shadow form off to each side of it. And Rachel was looking at it with one of her friends, and they can see two images in shadow form in the background.
When you lighten it, right here, because here it looks like a big form with eyes, but when you lighten it, there's a huge shadow form standing back here, and then these actually take on the appearance of orbs right in front of it or with it.
And that looks like an entire line of orbs running up from left to right off of that corner of that image.
And in the image, it looks to be standing just behind the tree, like just
right
off to the left.
I see what you're pointing at there.
And then down here, we can't tell for sure, but there's a little imagery coming up, so whether that could have been a young one or something more elemental, we don't know.
We have experimented around with Polaroid type cameras before in the past and had several different anomalies and energies show up on film, and it is what it is. You just have to look at it and say, okay, it's different. We don't know exactly what it is.
And I think even in these instant cameras, there are chips built into them. They're sealed, but there are chips built into them that do keep whatever at that very second, that
like a residual memory or something.
Right. So my thought is it could be that these energies were imprinted on it, or that could have been at the moment we took it. Just not sure.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up was that orange. Looking at that in more detail, it looks very much like the entire orange was inserted into his mouth and he bit down. You can see dental impression up and down on either side of it, and then just spit it out on the ground. It's not the first time we've had them reject oranges. I don't know if it's the tart
I think
citrus
it's the peel. He was trying to bite into the peel, and it's extremely bitter compared to, and the tangerines they had no problem with. We didn't find a single tangerine, but they tend to be a little sweeter.
That seems to be the one thing, though. Anything that's what I think it's a tart citrus, maybe the citric acid in it or something, and the only other thing that really ever spat back out were those green grapes that we left that one time a long time back.
And even those big jawbreakers, they had the candy on the outside and the tart in the middle. They left all of the tart in the middle. So my best guess is they just don't care for the tart as much as the sweet and the spicy.
Yeah, and that's surprising because they don't mind the hot sauce and the stuff like that, but something about that citric acid, haven't figured that part out yet, but
And the grapes are okay as long as they're not sour.
Yeah.
We didn't find any on that last batch of grapes. The first batch we took were a little tart, and he just chewed them and spat them out.
But unscrew the lid off of the peanut butter jar and clean that out completely to leave full dental impressions in the orange.
And that molasses jar,
And
he took a big old swig out of that.
To pick the molasses jar up, drink a large portion of it, put the lid back on it and sit it down, and then the camera being picked up and a photo taken. This is not raccoons. This is not possums.
No, and the molasses jar,
and
the lid was on it.
Still to this day, we get several people, oh, it's just a rodent or it's a raccoon or whatever. Well,
if they can figure out how to put those lids back on, like that molasses jar, just, you know, when I picked it up, I got molasses on my fingers because it was just on the very top edge of the jar, but the lid was on it. So
anyway, that's the images, and we're going to leave it with you, and you can decide for yourself what you think is in there or not. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, so we're going to wrap this up, and we will catch you guys down the trail next time. Thanks.
see you later.